here on All Abilities Live, presented by NJ Hoop Recruit. Halfway through the action here at the Metro Classic. This one is Plainfield and Union Catholic. Jack Bartek, Brandon Marazzo, Jake Schwartz, the voice of the Metro, taking you through the action on this one. Union Catholic in transition. Still no score, about a minute through, and Montari can't finish the lane for Union Catholic.
Well, you know, fellas, these schools definitely no stranger to one another. Already faced off earlier this year. That match up going down in favor of Plainfield, but maybe Union Catholic with another shot at the win today.
Absolutely, and you know, I've watched these two teams probably over the last decade. I can't even tell you how good at basketball there actually is until these two teams take the floor now. I mean, we haven't even talked about who are the key players on both of these sides. We're talking about Micah Gordon, one of the top sophomores again in the country. He's heard from Big 12, A-10, Big East, and more. And it is my understanding that Plainfield also has he's top 20 tight end in the country, a transfer from North Carolina, and he just started play on January 1st. On the other side, A.J. Altabelli and Malik Moore, F.K. Mutari, Yao Ansong. That's a heck of a starting five for Dr. Jim Regan.
Plainfield has it. Najai Hines, the big man on the post, gives it up. Hines, the former football player, says he's going to play basketball at the next level as Altabelli picks the pocket and finishes on the other end.
Well, I'll tell you who will definitely be playing basketball at the next level. That's my man, AJ Altabelli. Shout out to him getting his first Division I offer from Ryder not too long ago.
And AJ plays the part very, very well because a school like Ryder would be a good type of fit again for him because this is a guy that can really play well on both sides of the ball. That's what Kevin Baggett looks for.
Gordon in the lane, hit with the walk. And so it'll go back to Union Catholic. A little bit of a slow start out of the gates here for Plainfield.
A little discomfort there from Gordon. Looks like he might have tweaked something just a little bit, but he's a Warrior, so he'll be staying out there.
Yao Ansong, the big fella for Union Catholic. Caught at the elbow. Now works it back up top to Altabelli. Plainfield going with a zone look early on in this one. Altabelli with the floater over the outstretched arm of Hines, and he finishes.
You can definitely tell Union Catholic with just a little more extra to play for. It's kind of hard losing in the fashion that they did earlier on in the season. So, you know, definitely wanting to get back after it in this matchup with Plainfield, but it's going to be a battle to the very end.
Altabelli driving kick in the corner. The three ball rattles out. Ansong collects the offensive board, though. Possession continues. Moore has it swatted away. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with Union Catholic.
This Union Catholic team, again, just, you know, right now, it's off to as good a start again. Well, I should, you know, I didn't even realize that they're up 6-0. I figured that Plainfield was the home team. So why are they, you know, why are they the ones that have that 6-0 type of lead?
Marcus Richards off the bench for Plainfield, the first sub of the ball game. 3 minutes gone down here in the first quarter. The floater from Malik Moore is good. The freshman with a soft touch. And we're going to get a timeout here early. Plainfield has to talk things over. A team that has been dominant to start the year, and they are slow out of the gates tonight.
It's unbelievable because this is not the Plainfield team again that, again, we are used to seeing. Plainfield again, one of the top New Jersey state programs. I think they might even be officially, if I'm correct, 2, maybe even 3 again in the state. Michael Gordon's got to slow his team down right now. We have not seen any Micah Gordon here, as right now Union's defense has just been stifling.
And not only that, right, this team very good but not unbeatable. As we saw, maybe a recipe for success. Roselle Catholic with a smaller ball lineup was able to take them down back on February 1st. A 73-69 close game. And you know, it had to come down to shooting. It had to come down to quick plays and using speed against them. Of course, the side's going to go for Plainfield. However, it's a dominant team and it's a greatly coached team. But they have 2 losses on the resume playing New Jersey basketball this year.
Yeah, obviously no slouch of a loss against Roselle Catholic, one of the top programs in the state. Out of the timeout, Plainfield trying to find a spark in the corner. Three ball's good. It's Devin Thomas, the junior, knocking it down, and Plainfield is finally on the board.
And notice how Hines directs from the paint there, then kicks out while able to box out the would-be defender that would have been closing out on it.
Moore tried to answer, no good, but the follow for FK Montari. It's part of that big man combo for Union Catholic, Montari and Ansong. You're not going to find a much bigger two-man combo down low in the state of New Jersey.
They're going to need that again here tonight because just the two of them, you can just see that their presence again definitely felt. That's why this lead is so large again at 10-3. And let's not forget, over the weekend, they're going to have their biggest test again against the defending national champion Montverde Academy. But again, you're right. There's not a bigger two-man punch. You might as well start saying that's the Twin Towers right there here in the Garden State.
Three ball from outside. Marcus Richards connects. Coming off the bench. So now back-to-back three balls for Plainfield, and they've got it down to 4. And the attention turns to the defensive side where they've struggled as well. Big fella showing off the handles. Thought about the three ball. Now gives it up. 3.5 to play in the first quarter. Ansong driving, blocked away by Hines. And that is an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object. Now Gordon has it poked away. Union Catholic in transition, but a whistle will give it back to Plainfield, a walk from the freshman Moore.
That's an interesting decision there. You can see Dr. Jim Reagan Jr. trying to say that the ball was still loose when he did bobble it off of the steal, although they're going to call that a double dribble. But nonetheless, the guys in stripes will have the final say. I want to go back to that block, though, and we talk about the height in this game. I mean, Najai Hines, to give up on football, being a three-star recruit, to focus on basketball, and listen, they don't call him Baby Shaq for no reason. You can see whether it's offense, even the playmaking's getting better, but most importantly, that defensive presence, his block numbers have been off the charts for high school ball.
Devin Thomas back into the game for Plainfield and immediately hits, and just like that, 3 triples in a row for the Cardinals. It's down to a 1-point ball game as Luke Shore, fresh off the bench, handles it for Union Catholic. Plainfield, now that they've gotten a couple to fall, getting to show off that full court press. Ansong pulled the 3, couldn't knock it down. For his size, he is a pretty gifted outside shooter, and certainly something he can unlock even further at the next level. A walk inside against Hines, and Union Catholic gets it back.
And the big fellas in Union Catholic definitely going to have to put the pressure on Hines, like you've seen there, forcing just that extra step. You got to get physical with the big fella, otherwise he's going to take advantage of you. And if anybody can do that, I think it would definitely be a pair of 6'8"+ers.
Ansong at the free throw line. 2.5 to play in the first. Union Catholic holding a 10-9 lead. Lob down to Ansong, comes down with a great pace. Got 2 defenders in the air and laid it home.
Just what we're seeing right now again, both these guards, this guard play again has just continued to excite this again crowd. Here's another golden opportunity for UC.
Ansong couldn't finish, but a push from behind going to go against Shore, and so the Cardinals get it back.
And like you're seeing again before, you're talking about the guard type of play of Union Catholic. How much of it are you going to get against this tough Plainfield type of offense? They're one of the top, as you can clearly see. That you look at this, Plainfield's 19-2, one of the best programs against the state union again with only 12 wins. That's terrifying, though.
Backdoor laid in by Devin Thomas, a nice feed, and now Plainfield pulls out the full court press again. Back and forth battle ever since the quick start from Union Catholic. That one poked away by Hines, showing off the hands. On the break, Williams fouled from behind. He was cleared for takeoff, and then a late touch as he was rising up threw off his balance. He's got 2 free throws on the way.
You got to give it to the Vikings, though, right? I mean, their defense is keeping them in this one a little bit out ahead, I'm sure, with these chances at the free throw line. Potentially tie it up or take the lead. Hopefully I didn't hit him with the announcer's curse there, but I love the physicality. They're not afraid of them. Anything that has happened in that earlier matchup, throw it out the window. This is brand new squads, a lot more games underneath the belt, and we're getting after it. And why not? Can you think of a better platform than to be at the Metro Classic to put on a battle?
Well, you've got great basketball, like you pretty much just said, for the next at least few games, we are going to see true NJSIA basketball. After that first game with, with Legacy and the Monford post-grad type of team, it has been straight up NJSIA type of basketball. This is why they call it the Metro, because this is the best of the Metro.
The big men trying to play the two-man game down low. Ansong threw it away. Micah Gordon in transition, flying to the bucket.
And we've been waiting for Micah Gordon on that, again showing why he is among the top scorers in the state of New Jersey. You just saw that right there.
Defensively, Plainfield really turning it up, and they forced the turnover there.
Back-to-back turnovers. That last one before it sailed out of bounds. That steal started by Marcus Richards, and that allows Gordon to have his runway. And he's Deron Rippey-esque the way that he attacks the basket. Definitely going to be looking to put on a show. Just one of the best sophomores you'll see anywhere in the country.
Looking forward to seeing it, by the way, tomorrow, gentlemen, against a tough St. Thomas More team as we're going to start day 2.
In the lane, counted, and the foul. An N1 for Rashawn Williams with 52 seconds to go. He'll have a chance to tie this ball game up.
I don't know what Coach Michael Gordon was saying to his team in the timeout, but right now we're seeing the real Plainfield type of program as, again, you just saw that big N1 again by Williams.
Talking to Coach Michael Gordon earlier this week, he said Rashawn Williams aggressive to the bucket, and he knows how to get downhill. He showed it off right there. Final 50 ticks here in the first quarter. Double team coming. The freshman Moore shows some composure. Maybe a couple extra steps missed there, but either way, thrown away by F.K. Montari. And Plainfield will look to add to their lead with 38 seconds left.
And Montari's just got to calm down there. I know that you lost the lead and they're starting to storm you on the other side, but you cannot have that miscommunication just sail out of bounds like that. You're still very much in this game.
Oh, but again, it's still anybody's type of ball game, so nobody's perfect, again, as they say. Turnovers, again, may be key, but that's not really one of those bad type of turnovers. Anybody could, you can't, this is one of those, hey, we can't afford.
Thomas's three no good. Hines is there to clean it up with the slam.
That's a tight end again right there in the making, my friends. That is clearly why he is the pride of North Carolina. He's going back to UNC on that full ride to play football.
8-point lead for Plainfield. 2 seconds left. The three ball from Moore beats the horn. Big first quarter for the freshman Malik Moore. Cuts it back down to 5, so after 1, it's Plainfield 20, Union Catholic 15. And I'm sure if you told Coach Reagan before the game what the result of that first quarter would have been, he might have been happy with it. But when you look at the way it started for Union Catholic, tough to see him trailing by 5 after 1.
Yeah, no, for sure, Jackie. But like I said, you got to give it to the Vikings defense. That's what's going to keep them in this one. You got to find a way, and it's easier said than done, to keep Najai Hines off the rebound game and out of the paint, because that's where a lot of the energy comes. When you see a presence like that go 2 hands down and try to rip it down, I mean, it's a little bit intimidating. You got to be able to stay composed and keep on battling. You got to keep playing that hard-nosed defense, and you got to make every offensive possession count.
And I just don't understand, Najai Hines, that is tough, leaving a football, going into a basketball type of program, because clearly you can see he is built like a tight end. He is built like a wide receiver. That's why he's among the top football players. He certainly, I think as they say in the movie The Blind Side, what can they do? Anything with a basketball. And that's exactly what Hines, again, is showing here in the first quarter.
So 8 minutes back up on the board for quarter number 2 once again. Plainfield with a late surge in that first quarter. They were quiet through the first 3.5 minutes and surged back, 20-15 lead. Altabelli, Moore, Montari, Luke Shore, and Cliff DeGeary, the group for the Vikings.
2-3 zone defense here for Plainfield, trying to give them different looks.
And that was part of their struggles early. With no buckets falling for them offensively, they couldn't get the full court press going. Now they have, and they're wreaking havoc defensively, but right there, a foot on the line for Devin Thomas trying to recover the steal. And so it'll stay here with Union Catholic.
Great job defensively again by this Plainfield again team. But, again, you want to try to capitalize on mistakes that Union Catholic has been making here.
Oh, beautiful pass by Altabelli, cross court.
That's
down
not one of those
Shore
mistakes.
for two.
That was not one of those mistakes, kids.
On the other end, Hines couldn't finish, but there for the easy two.
How do you stop a guy 6'10", 255 pounds? There is just, like the gravity of science.
That one poked away by Williams, puts an exclamation point on it. And now to start the second, it's all Plainfield.
Well, Jackie, you had the honor of talking with Coach Gordon earlier in the week. I believe he said Rashawn Williams makes that defense go, right? So, Jackie, I'm telling you right now, you just see this full court press getting after it and poking that ball and just absolutely, even after a big play from the big fella, there's a lot of depth going with this Plainfield team. I mean, we get caught up in Gordon, we get caught up in Hines, but you look at Thomas, you look at Williams, everywhere you kind of look, there's just unsung heroes within this team that are very much capable of getting after it, and would probably be starters on just about any team out there. It's just when you have such great talent in the building, it kind of got to take a bit of a back seat.
Yeah, and that's a guy in Rashawn Williams that, talking to Coach Gordon, he told me he's kind of under-recruited to this point, and he said he's the type of guy that a college coach is going to get in the building and absolutely fall in love with him. And you've seen why early in this one, showing off some of the traits that makes him a special piece to this Cardinals team.
And one thing about this Cardinal team, once again, and that's why, again, they've got 18 wins on the season. It's their, full court type pressure. Their guard play, again, is among the toughest here in the state of New Jersey. They've definitely shown why, again.
Here is the full court pressure. Union Catholic able to get it across, but Plainfield extending that 3-2 zone all the way out near the three-point line, making life difficult for the Vikings. Shore gets some space for three and knocks it down.
Much needed shot again by Union Catholic, and Luke Shore is a guard that really can shoot the ball well. It shoots about 45%, but again, there's Hines on the other end. You just can't stop him.
Beautiful hook for Hines, showing off the touch with all that size. Shore in the corner, the heat check, couldn't even get it to the bucket. Gordon blocked it away, but quickly turns it over. Look at Hines hustling in transition, dives to save it, and he's successful. A three ball for Richards, no good. Tracked down, offensive rebound. Nice job, Rashawn Williams, to win another possession.
Nice job again, indeed, gentlemen. And one thing that I've never seen Plainfield again. This is my first time seeing them all season long. And one thing again about this Plainfield team again is just they work together in unison, in transition. Of course, we all know that if you're playing against Najee Hines, just get out of the way right now.
Well, gentlemen, I had the honor of seeing them all the way back on New Year's Day, calling that game at the jump-off. And, you could see there was just some things that had to be built upon. But, after getting a lot more games underneath the belt, you could see the chemistry there, the hustle there, and just the willingness and want to be great. I mean, you got a big fella making plays like that, diving out of bounds. It's spectacular.
Alameen Watkins, beautiful finish, spinning it off glass. He's a football player by trade. Brings some toughness to this Plainfield squad. Showed off the touch, but it's answered quickly by Luke Shore. And his bench jumps up to greet him. That is his 1,000th career point, and he wasted no time in this one. Got real hot early, knocked down a couple of triples, and his family is out to greet him as he passes a career milestone.
Well, fellas, I'm going to give him a standing ovation just real quick on that one. I mean, my man absolutely not hesitating on the perimeter, making the best of the shot. Got blocked on the one of them, but still, he said, I'm a shooter and shooters shoot. Whether it's up on the perimeter, back in the corner, wherever it is, I'm going to let it fly. They're going to need someone like that in this game.
Luke Shore definitely, again, showing on that. And, this is not the first of 1,000th point, gentlemen, that we will be seeing here this weekend.
So Shore will take a moment here, soak in the moment with his family, and they got to come back out here. Talking to Coach Reagan, he said that Shore is a guy who a lot of people look at as a three-point specialist. And don't get me wrong, he can definitely shoot it, but he does a lot more things than people realize. And to get to the 1,000-point mark, obviously, you have to have a versatile skill set. Hines going to work in the paint, double team, kicks it out. Richards for three, off the mark. Shore fighting for the rebound and knocked it off the leg of Alameen Watkins, so it goes back to Union Catholic. 2.5 minutes down here in the second quarter. a quiet start for Plainfield, but they've turned it around in a hurry. 28-23 lead for the Cardinals. Fight for the loose ball. Rashawn Williams, no surprise, comes away with it. Looking for Gordon, and Gordon just squeezes it past the arm of Cliff DeGeary.
How about the defense and then a no-look pass, firing it right down low, right on the money. I mean, man, he really is impressive this game.
I still don't understand again why, despite the fact that Plainfield's wearing the white jerseys, that they're still the visitor. This is the second time now today that a team wearing white has been the visiting team.
Three ball was no good. Actually hit off the glass for DeGeary, but an offensive rebound and a whistle. Stays with the Vikings. Sub coming in. It'll be the first time we see John Acosta, the senior guard, today. Acosta, a return man from last year. This is a Union Catholic team that brought back a lot from last season, as we get a whistle prior to the inbound.
And you just mentioned it. You just said it right on the noggin. Union Catholic's returning at least 3 valuable type of starters with Mutari, Ansong, Altabelli, and then you throw in again Malik Moore, the freshman. And I'll tell you something, Moore, give him another 2 years, he's going to be one of the hottest names in New Jersey.
Oh, and a miscue there for Union Catholic. Altabelli was not yet in bounds when he received the pass, so they give it right back to Plainfield. Marcus Richards checked out for Plainfield. In starting was Kion Kirkwood. Haven't seen him in a little bit here, but he's back on for the Cardinals. That one coughed up, ball still loose in a whistle. So you've seen the physicality play out through these first 2 quarters.
What we are seeing right now, gentlemen, is just the best of what New Jersey has again to offer with these 2 top heavyweight programs, Plainfield and Union Catholic. Just certainly the crowd is definitely loving every minute of it. The crowd is definitely enjoying every part of this game.
Altabelli, nice pump fake, gave it up. Kick out short. Great movement defensively by the Cardinals. Some room on the wing for Moore. Too strong on the 3 ball. Coming in hot was John Acosta. Got too much of the arm of Williams. And so the whistle will give it back to Plainfield.
And unfortunately, it doesn't fall for a bucket for the Vikings there. But how about Altabelli? I mean, really showing off the vision, threading needles left and right in this one.
He's got such a smooth game. And talking to Coach Reagan, he said he's kind of like a quarterback out there. Just knows what they want and handles the offense so well.
That was a quarterback play again right there to Hines.
Williams, aggressive move into the paint. Watkins showing some patience. Got 2 in the air and drew the foul, so he'll head to the free throw line.
See, just a quick little hesitation. You can see Mutari thought that he was going right up with it, but able to get the big fella into the air and then use it to his advantage to earn a trip to the line. It's just, you don't always got to go full speed. You got to make the right play with it, and that time I think we see it from Watkins.
First free throw off the mark. The offenses have certainly cooled down as we've gotten into the second quarter. It was a hot start to the second with a couple baskets back and forth before a timeout. Now we're kind of at a stalemate, 30-23 Plainfield lead. Second free throw, no good, but Micah Gordon, the moon shoes, going up to get it and puts it off glass and in.
That was typical, again, Micah Gordon, who could just pretty much jump from just about any part of the building.
Oh, Moore, great move, sliding between defenders and finishing.
I said it before and I'll say it again, Malik Moore again is one of the top freshmen in the state. Give him the next 2 or 3 years, he could be one of the hottest names in the Northeast.
There's Gordon again, rising and finishing, plus the foul. There's good hands by Kirkwood defensively to pick the pocket. Gave it off to Gordon, and he did the rest. He's got a chance to make it a 10-point lead.
Over the years, the Metro Classic has seen so many great guards like Dylan Harper, Wade Baldwin and Raven Owens and, Isaiah Briscoe. Right now we're seeing the future of New Jersey basketball guard play with Gordon and Moore, and they're really just putting on a show here in the second.
Free throws left short, so it stays just a 9-point advantage for Plainfield. 3:50 to go in the second. Moore lost it on the Euro step. Gordon thought about giving it to Hines. Now takes it to the rack himself. Great quick move to the bucket, off glass and in, and Gordon is showing off the full skill set here in quarter 2. Inside, oh, Hines just punched it against the glass, but a whistle beforehand, so that block won't count. Instead, R.J. Wicks, the freshman, is going to go to the line.
Yeah, you saw Alameen Watkins with his hands up, but he absolutely just got a bit of the jersey. He's going to send the Viking to the line, but even so, that block, although does not really count, but just still so impressive. And going back, of course, talking with Gordon, man, it's just like a dynamite. You light the fuse, an instant explosion.
Yeah, probably going to have a tough time finding a duo much better than Gordon and Hines around the state. And obviously it has played out over the course of the year for Plainfield. 19-2 coming into this one. Plainfield, a school with so much history going back over the years. They had a couple down years in the 2010s, but Michael Gordon, in his 7th season, has really returned them to prominence. He was a great player himself at Plainfield High School. 2000 to 2004. He was a part of the 2004 sectional championship team for the Cardinals. In the lane, off glass and in, Devin Thomas, no resistance. And it's up to a 12-point lead for Plainfield, the largest of the night.
Just so much space there, you can see.
Shore thought about the 3, now gives it up. Altabelli, back and forth with Shore. Ansong picks it up. Under 3 minutes to play in the half. Moore getting to the rim, but he lost it. Back to Plainfield.
So I was going to say, you see the space back on the offensive side for Plainfield. That the 2 big names are attracting, just leaving so much room to operate. But I was just getting caught up in the defensive rotation. I mean, just missing no beats right there for Plainfield.
That was and again, also a much-needed turnover again for Plainfield.
3 ball couldn't go for Devin Thomas. Altabelli into the lane, had it poked away by Kirkwood. So the Vikings retain it. Altabelli to throw it in underneath. Now it'll give way to the freshman. So Malik Moore will check it in. Ansong goes up to grab it. Moore at the elbow. Off the back iron. Stays here.
That's the type of play again where you need a big basket, kind of like with a play like that, and it struggles again for Union are continuing.
Kawhi Lowry into the game for the first time for the Cardinals. The quarterback of the football team provides a nice spark of energy. Good touch there by the big fella Ansong. Cuts it back down to 10.
I did not know Ansong was a quarterback.
No, not Ansong. Kawhi Lowry is the quarterback for Plainfield. A 7-foot quarterback would be crazy, though.
That would be insane. I've never seen a 7. Anybody here ever seen a 7-foot? I know I've never seen one.
I don't think we will anytime soon.
No, I don't believe that.
Kirkwood draws the whistle, trying to split the double team. 2:08 to go in the first half.
And it really has been, it's been the battle of the guards, again, between Gordon, Altabelli, and Malik Moore. Has just shown why, again, New Jersey basketball thrives off of players like this.
So Kirkwood at the free throw line. First one rattles out. Transfer from St. Thomas Aquinas, who has obviously been a real solid program the last couple of years, and he didn't get much playing time there. Transferred back over, and talking to Coach Gordon, he said it's just a great story. Didn't get to play too much there, and now he comes over and he's the starting point guard for one of the best teams in the state.
We were very impressed, with his old coach, Dave Turco, and Piscataway coming off that monster win.
Shore with a great pump fake, knocks down the 3 ball.
But what's interesting, though, is that, you mentioned St. Thomas Aquinas, and the biggest name right now that's in college at LaSalle has to be Deuce Jones. So St. Thomas Aquinas is pumping out these guards left and right.
Hines fighting for the offensive rebound, couldn't finish. And so Moore grabs the miss. Quietly down to a 7-point game. Drive and kick, Moore, pump faked, getting to the bucket, great move. How about Moore, the freshman, really showing off the 3 levels of scoring.
How about the little hesitation there? He saw the big fella Hines coming for him, and he just used a quick little stutter step to get around him.
Hines had a nice feed. Kirkwood couldn't handle it. In the paint, floater, no. Offensive rebound. Devin Thomas got his own miss. A lot of contact. And now a late whistle will send Devin Thomas to the line. So he gets rewarded for the hustle with 2 shots coming up.
And again, the patience showing off there. That time, Yao Ansong taking a swipe at it, but caught a bit of arm. And that's going to send Plainfield to the line now. But, man, fellas, I'll tell you, you can just see the contrast in teams. Even from their defensive set, it looked like Union Catholic go into a 3-2 zone, trying to account for the size of Hines. Back on the other side, Plainfield still looking like they're playing in that 2-3. So both of them, just trying to account for differences on it. Of course, Plainfield trying to stop that 3-ball capabilities that the Vikings have been showing off. And the Vikings, on the other hand, trying to stop the Cardinals from storming the basket in the paint.
But you mentioned, of course, Ansong, though, is in foul trouble, though. And that's kind of the key, 3 fouls here in the first half of play. I wonder how that's going to play out as we move forward.
Down to the final minute here in the first half. It's a 39-33 advantage for Plainfield. Altabelli taking his time up top. Might even hold for the last possession. Obviously no shot clock here in the state of New Jersey, so the Vikings can do that if they please. Thomas trying to draw the 5 count. Altabelli doing a good job avoiding it. And now draws the whistle. So Altabelli showing off the patience there, kind of toying with the defender a little bit, and draws the overzealous contact, and he's got 2 shots out of it.
And you see just a veteran move of a quick flick of the head back and a little exaggeration of the foul, making sure that the ref clearly can see the hand getting on in there and taking advantage, being in the bonus.
He's a good free throw shooter, so a savvy play there to get 2 free ones. R.J. Wicks checks out. Montari back in for the final 35. Second one too strong. Rebound by Lowry. Down to a 5-point game. We'll see if Plainfield slows things down here. Gordon off the screen. Into the lane. Going right to the bucket. No good, but a whistle. So they certainly didn't waste any time.
Fellas, there was some rumors on what the spread for this game was going to be, and I hope everybody slammed the under on it, because right now the Vikings have come out to play, although trailing by a little bit, and I'm sure the free throws are going to tack a little extra on, but, I mean, to be sitting at a 5-point game, potentially 6-point game heading into halftime, you got to give it to Union Catholic. They're coming out and they're getting after it today.
Coach Reagan's got to be happy with the effort. Second free throw, no good for Gordon. 6-point game, 15 ticks to go. Altabelli gave it up, looking for it back. Gordon tried to deny it. Altabelli to the bucket. Off glass and in. Tough finish by Altabelli. Down to 3 seconds and a half. Gordon heaves it up. Won't go. And that takes us to the break. A strong finish to the second quarter for Union Catholic. The lead was once up to 12. They cut it back down to 4, and heading to the locker room, it's Plainfield 40, Union Catholic 36.
I'll tell you, though, as I said, the defense from the Vikings, I'm loving what we're seeing. Of course, the talent from Plainfield, just a little too much to handle. I am curious to see what the second half adjustments are going to be for Coach Reagan. But right now, you got to give it to them. I mean, they were leading for most of that first quarter. Then we got into a dogfight. We're still very much in a battle, and I think this one's going right down to the wire. But I'm just so impressed, not only by the defense, but also Altabelli's vision. I mean, there's eyes on the back of the head, to the side, on top. I mean, this kid is just seeing a full 360 view, and he's got the touch to put it in the tightest of spaces.
Yeah, it's, just like I said, on both sides of the ball, it has really been kind of guard you on both sides of the ball. If we could actually find out how many points Gordon or in this case even Altabelli has, that'd be great, because I'm thinking like Gordon's got to have close to 15, and Altabelli has got to have close to 12 in my opinion. But again, just a great first half with 2 powerhouse New Jersey programs.
So Jack Bartek, Brandon Morazzo, Jake Schwartz, and once again it's Plainfield 40, Union Catholic 36 at the break. We got 6:45 on the clock. We'll be back for the second half in just a moment here on All Abilities Live.
Welcome to the 2025 Metro Classic at Franklin High School, where some of the nation's
Check, mic check, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Mic check, 1 2 1 2, mic check 1 2.
Testing, testing, testing. Back here on All Abilities Live, Jack Bartek, Brandon Marazzo, Jake Schwartz, getting ready for the second half here. Plainfield and Union Catholic. Plainfield in the white, Union Catholic in the black, and Plainfield after one leads at 40-36. But a back and forth first half for sure.
Gotta give it to the Vikings, man. They're throwing punches right now. Only down 4, hitting a big shot right before halftime. This could be anyone's game. It just all depends on who's going to play the better defense and execute down the stretch.
And right now, I mean, Plainfield again just continues to go into their big man like they just did a few seconds ago.
They tried to run the lob play for him. The pass was a bit off. He was able to come down with it, but couldn't finish the lay-in. Malik Moore had a great first half, and he starts the second half strong with the reverse lay-in.
Once again, he continues to show why he's one of the elite point guards again, not just in the state, but in the entire country. And again, he's showing them why we got ourselves a 2-point game here.
Gordon in some trouble, had to give it up. Hines, one-on-one down low. Montari, well defended. Kirkwood off the screen with a step, floater too strong. Hines there for the board. Follow no good, but a third chance is, plus the foul.
Hey, they always say 3 times the charm. You're able to get the lay-in plus the and one. You just can't stop him. Again, he's a force to be reckoned at 255 pounds. Name one player that's going to come close to him.
He had a bit of a quiet first half by his standards, but that looked a little bit more like what we expect out of him.
Yeah, no, listen, the highest capabilities of this Plainfield team, you might have to rub your eyes. You might think it's the new version of the Dallas Mavericks with Kyrie and AD. You know what I mean? That guard-big combo. That is the heights that this Plainfield duo can reach. But still a lot of growing to do, you know, especially with Gordon only being a sophomore. I mean, what is that kid going to be like when he's a senior?
Moore had it poked away, but it stays with Union Catholic. Shore, kick out, Altabelli for 3. High arcer, no. Rebound tapped around and poked out to Devin Thomas. Turns on the brakes and resets it over to Gordon. Gordon, elbow, pull up, short. Hines skies up for the rebound. Spinning inside, hook shot, no, but Gordon reached a new level. He was on the second floor to go get that putback.
Again, another great offensive rebound again by Gordon, just showing again why that's what he does best.
Altabelli blocked from the side by Alamine Watkins. Out of bounds, stays with Union Catholic, but man, Micah Gordon, he is like a walking highlight reel.
I think we need to go check the floor. Normally it's for like sweat or, you know, somebody spilling a liquid. I think there might be part trampoline built down there with Gordon's name on it.
Moore kick out. Corner three ball is good. Cliff Aguirre, the transfer from Newark Arts. And just like that, it's a one-possession game. 2 minutes down in the third. Union Catholic more than pulling their weight. Hines backing down. On the block, gave it up. Gordon trying to reset it, lost the handle, and Union Catholic gets it back. Everything is going the Vikings' way out of the locker room.
And may I just say, gentlemen, with college coaches that are right on both sides of the floor, this is one thing they're going to be looking at again, because many of these kids are going to be looked at by some of the highest coaches in this nation. They don't want to see mistakes like this. They want to see kids with these high-level type of IQs.
Kirkwood running the floor. Dribbled it off a foot, ball still loose, ends up with Kirkwood again. Going baseline and floating is Thomas. No, but Kirkwood, the smallest guy on the court, is there for the follow. They list Kirkwood at 5'8", but he got right in the mix there for the two. That one taken away. Gordon on the break, throws it up, no good, but a foul against Altabelli.
If I were Dr. Jim Regan, I would maybe want to think about calling a timeout and slowing these guys down. Right now, Plainfield, again, just has all the momentum going their way.
But I swear, everywhere you look, I mean, Watkins and Thomas are making plays on the defensive end for Plainfield, allowing for Gordon to get aggressive, start getting towards the rim, and really kick it to that next level, this time via a trip to the free throw line. But man, it is a complete squad right now.
And those are two guys that Coach Gordon mentioned about their defense and how they really set the tone with their tough, gritty defense. It has really played out here over the first 2.5 quarters.
Don't forget about the smarts. They're also jumping passing lanes. I mean, this is high IQ basketball being played on the defensive end from those two.
Union Catholic trying to answer after a quick 4-0 run. Inside to Geary, had it blocked. That really should have been a goaltend. I think they missed one there.
I'm with
Hines,
you, Jackie.
he went up and punched it, but it certainly looked like it hit backboard first.
Clearly looked backboard for me. What you think about it, Jake?
Close, but I don't think that was a goaltend. I think they might have been able to get away with that one.
This is one thing that we mentioned last year at the Metro Classic. These officials not used to seeing that type of athleticism to go up, hand over the box on the backboard, and just pin one. So that could be a tough thing to call when you're not used to seeing it.
I mean, how many 6'10" seniors are you going to see in basketball? They come a dime a dozen. I mean, sorry, not a dime a dozen.
And we still have quite a few more 6'10" players we're going to be seeing here this evening. And there we go, right there. Regan finally is trying to slow things. Again, enough is enough. You got to call timeout here because Plainfield's got all the momentum going their way.
And Union Catholic came out of the halftime locker room strong. They had it down to a 3-point game, but over the last minute and a half, a 6-0 run for Plainfield, and they've really retaken control of this one.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're looking comfortable, and you know what? They're creating offense through defense, getting after, and both teams trying to show off the talent. I mean, this is an event where kids that have already have names for themselves, this is where you take it to the next level now. I mean, this is a staple in the state. You have top programs from Texas, from Florida, where have you, coming out just for this event, just to get matchups, just to get action against New Jersey teams. I think that is a testament to the state, the testament to the talent that we have. And you just think of legendary performances that have happened on this court just last year. I mean, how about my man Matt Hodge going at it with Mount Verde, right? Although it was a losing effort, I will argue with anybody, and you know I can debate with the best of them, Jackie.
And if we actually had a camera shot, he is, of course, here tonight supporting his younger brother, alongside, of course, the members of the Villanova staff. They just came off a big win yesterday against DePaul, and of course, great to see our pal, Coach Kyle Neptune and Mike Nardi. And of course, Mike knows a thing or two about the state of New Jersey as a former all-state player back in the days of the St. Patrick's, not the Patrick School.
And I'll tell you right now, just to finish that thought, the fact that I will go to bat with anybody. Although Cooper Flagg is the talent that is definitely marqueed to be, I would argue Hodge was the best guy on the court that night because he was outnumbered.
Hasn't gotten a shot yet at Villanova, but next year, very excited to see him.
Very excited, by the way, also to see his younger brother tonight. Of course, they bring the crowd, and you know last year in that Montford game.
Up top, Montari couldn't quite corral it, but able to ease it over the rim. So wasn't exactly the firework highlight you might have thought, but the 2 counts all the same. And a nice play drawn up out of the break by Coach Reagan. Has it back down to 7.
That was definitely a much-needed type of basket again for Union Catholic because, again, they've got to stop the bleeding again here with Plainfield, again, just getting all this momentum. Micah Gordon has just been too much in the first 3 quarters for Plainfield.
Speaking of, the fall away from the baseline is tough.
We've got to find out how many points this guy has because right now it just seems like Gordon's pushing towards 23.
3.5 to play in the third. Plainfield extending that 2-3 zone. Najai Hines waiting at the scorer's table to try and check back in. Altabelli trying to float it down to Montari. A whistle going against Devin Thomas. They'll say he cut out the legs of the big man Montari. And so Altabelli will get set to throw it in. Hines comes back on. Kirkwood to the bench for the Cardinals. Altabelli gets it up top to Moore. Off the screen, has space, pulls the 3. Short, fight for the rebound, and we'll get a jump ball. Good effort by Cliff DeGeary coming flying in from the 3-point line to force the jump. It'll stay with Union Catholic. More to throw it in this time.
I'd like to see them get short going from behind the arc. They had success there. I'd like to see him sneak on out to one of the corners.
Oh, great feed down low to Shore. Kicks it out to Geary from the corner. He's got it. Hit one from that same spot earlier in the third. And it's got back down to a 6-point game.
Or you Shore is the decoy and kick it to the other corner. I mean, 3 balls are 3 balls. I mean, they've changed the game. And both teams have gotten back into it from using it, being down.
Gordon spinning, lost it. Bodies hitting the floor. Watkins has it. Kick out, 3 ball for Richards, too strong. Tapped out by Hines. The save goes back out of bounds, and so Union Catholic will get it back, trying to build some momentum. FK Montari checks out. Yaw and Song back on for Union Catholic.
Couldn't have gotten him back in at a better time again because, again, you got to figure out which big man is going to stop Hines. That's really going to be, I think that's the key matchup. And has been really since the start of this game is who stops Hines.
DeGeary thought about a 3 in the corner. Drive and kick, Shore. Now Moore into the paint. Floats it up, no good. Ansong tips it around.
I thought there was a whistle. I thought there was going to be a call on that. I can't believe they didn't blow the whistle.
Gordon, pump fake, floater, bounces out. That is about the only thing that's gone wrong tonight for Micah Gordon. Just couldn't get the roll. Shore steps into one, a whistle down low, and it's going to be a foul on the floor against Najai Hines. Well, you talked about getting Shore going. Ever since that barrage in that first quarter, they've really been closing out on him hard.
Oh, for sure. And I'll tell you guys, we just had the Royal Rumble just last week, and I'm pretty sure Najai Hines just attempted to throw Ansah over the top rope there.
Ansong like trying to get some payback, no good.
Like the way you use the actual analogy of the Royal Rumble. That guy might be able to throw 29 men over a rope.
Micah Gordon just threw it at the rim and it fell. That's the kind of night that Gordon has been having.
That's a guy that could throw people over the top rope.
Altabelli. Got to get somebody to knock down some outside shots against this Plainfield zone. How about Shore? Can't get the bounce there. Back up to an 8-point Plainfield lead. Last minute of play here in the third. Altabelli takes it away. Beautiful spin move in transition. No good with the left hand. DeGeary couldn't corral it, and now a whistle from behind is going to go against DeGeary from the floor. That would have been a huge bucket for Union Catholic, but they couldn't convert.
I don't even blame Altabelli for not even passing that one off. I mean, when you hit a steal and a spin like that, I feel like you almost have to complete it. Although he does have the passing capabilities, I was waiting for a no-look behind the pass to dump it off for his man right there, but unfortunately just couldn't get it to fall. But I don't even care that he didn't score. That was one of the coolest sequences I've seen in quite some time, Jackie.
And that's 3 fouls right there again by DeGuerre. So he's going to have to take a seat here. And, you know, Regan's really going to have, Dr. Regan really is going to have to dig deep into his box here for more guard play.
So DeGuerre and Micah Gordon both checking out. 45 seconds to go in the third. Plainfield trying to get it back up to double digits. Hines double teamed and taken away once again by Altabelli. Really wise defense there by Altabelli. 3 ball, no good, too strong for John Acosta. Long rebound. And a whistle going to go against Acosta. So a chance there once again for Union Catholic, just not really taking advantage here down the stretch of the third quarter.
Defense can only get you so far, man. You got to put those buckets up. They're coming away with the stops and the turnovers, but they have to be able to put the ball in the basket.
And Plainfield in the bonus, so Devin Thomas awarded 2 free throws.
Good to see you, my friend. Always a pleasure.
First one, no good.
See you.
So not going to be able to get it up to double digits here this trip to the stripe. But he can make it 9 here with the second. Knocks it down, so 55-46 Plainfield lead. See if Union Catholic slows it down here and holds on for the last shot. Altabelli in no rush. Down to 12 seconds, now it'll go. Using the hesitation, kicking out more, all day to shoot, too strong. Tracking down the board is Acosta, but he stepped on the line, and Plainfield will get it back with 4.5 to go.
It was a bad sequence, in my opinion, though, again, by this Union Catholic type of team. Really didn't have to force a shot on that. They really could have just taken a little bit more time off the clock, and I think that's going to kind of cost them, though, because, again, let's say Plainfield scores here. You don't want to go up double digits. Again, they've got the look right now.
The floater, it goes!
And what did I just say?
Beats the horn. Devin Thomas, he was a step inside of the three-point line, so it counts for only 2. But it makes the lead 11 as we head to the fourth.
Dude, some days it's your night, you know. I mean, they just really can't miss, whether it's Mike Gordon, whether it's floaters thrown up right before the end of the quarter. I mean, you talked about it, Jack. I don't know if I've ever had this good of a night in my life. And with the luck that they're having, I mean, the rim just seems to be double the size, and they're really just getting after it, enjoying the game, and there's just seems there's not a bad shot to be taken.
There really hasn't been, gentlemen, and I will say that, you know, again, you watch this kind of basketball, we're going to see it all weekend long. It's just, this is about as good a basketball, I think, as you're certainly going to get. And night 1 certainly has not disappointed.
Well, on deck, we still got 2 more for you tonight. Montverde and College Achieve will be next. And then St. Peter's Prep and St. Rose to close out the evening.
And what's interesting, though, I just said hello to him just a few minutes ago, but of course, you know, one of the newest members of Montverde Academy, Dante Allen, who of course will take his talents to Villanova. His father, of course, Malik Alvin, a 15-year assistant coach, played at Villanova and grew up right here in the New Jersey area. It was a four-star recruit at Shawnee High School.
So Plainfield will start the fourth quarter with it. And an 11-point lead. Thomas trying to save it. He does. Richards on the baseline. Missed everything. Acosta able to track down the board. Moore. Too strong for Ansong. Pass up ahead to Gordon. Using the body and finishing. So you thought he might show off the bounce on the fast break, as he usually does. Instead, a smarter play to hold off the defender and make it a 13-point game. Timeout, Union Catholic.
I mean, the way that Micah Gordon is just like attacking you got to assume This kid consumes no content except basketball. I mean, that is a senior play. Maybe even at the next level, to have that kind of patience, slow it down, take the contact from behind, and use that to go up. I mean, just it's a perfect sequence. When he clearly could have just forced it and just attacked a lot harder, just wiser beyond his years. I'll tell you, every time the kid touches the ball, there's just something that he does, and you're looking at it, it's like, how can he do this at such a young age? A 500-point scorer as a freshman. I mean, what's he going to be like as a senior down the line? I mean, this kid is just going to be, he's already unguardable. You might as well just throw in the white towel when he's a senior.
It's amazing, when you see so many of these young men and women who are already scoring 1,000 points. And I just talked to a parent from Philadelphia. Her daughter, as only a sophomore at Archbishop Wood in Philadelphia, Ryan Carter, number 7 in her class, and she's already got 1,000 points. So you're right. You mentioned how these young kids able to get 1,000 points as just at 15. It's beyond belief.
Altobelli high off the glass, a bit too strong.
Should that not be obstruction if he hits the glass?
Close.
Depends on if he got a piece of the ball, which it did not look like he did. Gordon working baseline, tiptoeing the baseline. Floater was left short, but puts it back up and in.
Great sequence again there. Good touch type of pass. That's just typical Hines. He's, again, the best big man on the floor. You just can't stop him.
Inside Ansong, trouble handling it, able to recover. Nice feed to Altobelli, but even better hands to get in the passing lane and knock it away. Devin Thomas ended up on the ground with it, and a fight with Ansong results in a jump ball.